Got one more thing to say before I go offline for the night. It's probably falling on deaf ears that don't believe me anyway, but so what? Y'all have been calling me a liar for a year and it hasn't changed a thing. I've still been telling the truth. And so here's what I want you to know, Kathy, and also my sisters, my cousins, anybody else that's involved in all of this. I don't want an apology. You don't even have to acknowledge that you were wrong, because I know you can't. Because I know that you have too much pride and you have too much anger and resentment towards me to ever acknowledge that anything you've ever done to me is wrong. I can accept that, and I don't want you to lie and say, oh, I'm sorry for this or this, because I know you're not. I don't want a public apology or a public acknowledgement of any of this, in case you're sitting around fretting about how you're going to tell your viewers that you made a mistake without saying the words, I made a mistake, or I lied, or I might not have all of the facts correctly, or maybe our memories are different. Right? You don't have to acknowledge any of that. All I want is for this to end. All I want from anybody in this family is for them to leave me alone. I wasn't making my videos specifically for you when this began, and if you would go away and stop tormenting me, my videos would stop being mainly about you, except when I talk about things that fucked me up, which I have every right to talk about. And you can't just silence me by calling me a liar and ganging up against me and attributing every family problem to me. Like, there are people in my comments saying that I didn't even go to my little brother's funeral. That's a lie. I went to my brother's funeral. My grandmother had to bail my mother out of jail for it. If I didn't go, because I thought I remembered going, it might have been his viewing that I went to. My memories get mixed up. If I didn't go to his funeral, it was probably because I was doing something involved with the murder investigation at the time, because he happened to pass away about a week or two after I escaped. And there was a lot going on with the police at that time. But, I'm going to be judged because I was too busy with a murder investigation that wasn't about me. With a situation where I was being held captive, where I had just escaped from captivity. So y'all can keep saying I didn't go to his funeral just because, but I remember going to his funeral. If I didn't, it was because there was something going on. But I distinctly remember Mimo having to bail my mother out of jail so she could go to little Ronnie's funeral, because after little Ronnie was put in the nursing home, my mother went to jail for stealing radios out of cars with my older sister and her boyfriend. They didn't catch her with the radios. The police arrested her for having burglary tools. But they knew what she was doing. And Jennifer, my older sister, she knew what she was doing. Because after they took little Ronnie away, my mom lost those checks, didn't she? That's why she was in jail when her son died. If you're gonna talk, Kathy, be honest. Because I'm tired of being lied about and still speaking the truth anyway. And I don't need you don't have to talk about it. You don't have to acknowledge it. You don't have to apologize for it. You don't even have to take down the videos you've made. You can literally just go away and allow me to live my life and continue telling my story as it was, as it is, and as it's going to be unfolding. You're not going to do that, but it's an option. And I know that people are going to scream, well, you could also go away. No, thank you. See, if Kathy just goes offline, she has a very large, supportive family that loves her. If I just go offline, I have a couple of dogs in the neighborhood I visit every day. That's not really fair, is it? And I know y'all don't care about fair. But I do. Because it's my life that I'm trying to rebuild. That's all I gotta say. I don't need an apology from any of you. I don't need acknowledgement from any of you. All I need or want from anybody related to me is for you to never contact me again. Never lie about me again. Never plot and conspire to hurt me just because you're so used to hurting me that you can't let that go. Just let me go. Keep the money. Keep everything that you've taken from me and just release me. That's all I want. That's all I've ever wanted. That's all I've ever wanted.